If you feel like you got screwed over by intuitive eating and you gained a whole bunch of weight, do not try to fix it by dieting. Do this instead. First of all, let's put our hands over our heart. Let's take a deep breath. It's so easy to get emotional and reactive when you're in this headspace, and that's not going to help you make wise decisions. Now that you're grounded, let's get curious. Let's get genuinely curious about what your body is telling you, what your weight is telling you. For some of you, frankly, you needed to gain weight. You were trying to maintain a weight that was lower than what your body needed to, and so when you started doing intuitive eating, that's what needed to happen. Maybe you gained some weight because you've been more permissive with food, and that's part of the process, and most people do gain some degree of weight in the beginning of the intuitive eating process where you're being more permissive, you're not restricting, you're letting yourself have those things. You're potentially eating at times past the point of fullness, or you're eating things when you're just wanting them for taste hunger and not for physical hunger because you've been deprived for so long. And yes, sometimes that does cause weight gain. Now, if that's continuing past about 6 months, we do want to take a look at it and put some boundaries in place, because the goal here is not to just let yourself eat into oblivion and gain indefinite amounts of weight and pretend that that's totally fine and healthy. And we want to take a look at, are you missing components of intuitive eating, or are you treating it as eat whatever you want whenever you want, which is actually impulsive eating? Are you actually honoring your hunger and your fullness? Are you doing gentle nutrition to balance your blood sugar and give yourself satiety? We want to make sure that you're not inadvertently overlooking components of this process that could be causing you to gain weight because you're not eating in accordance with what your body needs. The other thing I like to rule out is medical issues such as insulin resistance, thyroid issues, PCOS, things that can cause changes in weight that might explain what's going on that aren't actually about what you're eating, but it's your body communicating something medical is going on. And if that's the case, we can of course address those things with gentle nutrition combined with whatever medical interventions your doctor wants to do, whether that might be some type of additional testing or blood work or medication. You see how that's different than getting on the scale, seeing the numbers up and panicking and going back to dieting. The moral of the story here is that if you're telling yourself that intuitive eating caused you to gain so much weight, that's probably a false narrative that's not really painting a full picture of what's going on here. And your brain is using it to try to talk you into going back to dieting. We can usually fix whatever is going on by getting curious about what's not clicking with intuitive eating like it's supposed to, or what's going on medically. It's not that intuitive eating doesn't work or intuitive eating causes weight gain. It's often that you're not actually doing intuitive eating correctly, or that you're missing key pieces of it, and we need to fix that and put those in place. That means boundaries with food, structured eating, honoring your medical needs, and within all of that framework, then listening to your body and honoring your hunger fullness. It's not meant to be a free-for-all with food.